Hey everybody, welcome to Lex's World, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a little instant grinder party trick that you might find useful. And we're going to be reviewing the Ambit by Vivant, which is a very compact little herbal vaporizer. And then at the end we're going to use that vaporizer and we're going to do a little bit of a session and a serious discussion about YouTube and where it's going and my future on this platform. So first, our little instant grinder trick. So let's say you're at a party and all the weed starts coming out, and since you're probably the weed guy in your group like I am, everybody gives you the weed and goes, "Here man, can you roll a bunch of joints or load up the vaporizers or whatever?" And you go, "Sure, no problem." And then, embarrassing mistake, you have forgotten the grinder. You left it at home. So there's a few things you can do. You can always, grab a knife and a cutting board, or you can always break it up with your hands and get your hands all sticky and kind of do the best you can do. Or you could ask for two items that virtually everybody has in their house: a shot glass or any other kind of small glass, and a pair of scissors. And just watch this. You take a couple of nugs, toss them into the shot glass. The bigger the shot glass, the better this works, I think, and the smaller the scissors, the better they work. And voila! Look at that. Oh, I lost a bit of a nug because I overloaded it. But other than that, look at how quickly and easily I actually break up this little bunch of nugs. So there you go, guys. That's a quick little instant grinder party trick for you guys. It saved my butt a couple times in the past, or at least kept me from getting my fingers all sticky. Voila! Look at that. Completely ground up. Perfect. So what are we going to do with all this stuff? I think we're going to load it up into this. This is the Ambit by Vivant. It's a herbal vaporizer, and as you guys might recall, these guys sent me a really good concentrate vape a couple of months ago, and I reviewed it and I thought that it was really good. However, I'm more of a flowers guy, so what I really wanted from them is the same kind of quality build except in a herbal vape. And a couple months later, I opened up my mailbox and they have made my wish come true. So here we go, the Ambit by Vivant. Several people remarked as I was testing it the past couple of weeks that they didn't even realize it was a vaporizer in my hand. They thought it was maybe a pencil sharpener. It charges through a regular micro B connector, so I charged it up with my phone charger, though of course it does come with a charge cord in the box. For features, it has a magnetic fold-out mouthpiece, which is very convenient, since I've often been annoyed by fold-out mouthpieces that obstruct the bowl area a little too much in the past. The bowl, as you guys can see, is a relatively generous size for the unit. It actually goes pretty deep in there. It does have the one feature I love in portable herbal vapes, which is precise down to the degree temperature selection, anything from a low of 212 to a high of 446 Fahrenheit. And you can even display it in Celsius or in Fahrenheit, of course. The controls are extremely straightforward. Took me no time at all to learn how to use it. Now, warm-up time, which is important, is about 30 seconds or even less on a lower temperature, which is a solid speed for a portable. There's actually a coil below the bowl area with a design that doesn't heat the herb in the bowl too much until you suck air through. This is really similar to something like the Da Vinci vapes, which historically been my favorite portables, but those are about $200 a piece, whereas the Ambit is only about 80 bucks. Otherwise, it's a very normal herbal vape that feels solid and well made. I felt good about having this thing bounce around in my pocket even while running. My only complaint with it is the battery life. The company advertises that it can do 10 sessions at the highest temperature per charge. That seemed crazy high to me for a tiny unit like this, and sure enough, it kind of barely gets to those 10 charges, and that's when the battery is quite new, so bear that in mind. However, overall, the battery is not that bad considering this thing fits inside the palm of my hand quite easily. Overall, a pretty nice vaporizer, especially in such a small package. I'll link to it down in the video description for you guys. And Vivant even gave me a discount code for you to use, so thanks again for that, and the discount code will be in the description as well. Okay, so at this point in the video is usually when I tell you guys to subscribe and hit that like button, and while those are still good standing orders for today, today I wanted to kind of sit down, maybe turn this thing on, and have a little session with you guys in a serious discussion about YouTube. And this clip you're seeing right now actually won't even be visible on any of the other platforms I release videos on. It's just special for those of you on YouTube who follow me week to week. There, it's warming up right now. I'm super careful to be on time with my videos usually, but today I'm actually late. Some of my regular subscribers were probably freaking out, like, oh my god, is he dead? He usually puts out the video right at an exact time every Saturday morning. Well, the reason that I was late is because I am currently nursing another YouTube strike, which has prevented me from uploading for several days, and it only cleared up today, so I was finally able to upload. If you were on one of my other platforms, you would have seen this episode at least yesterday, if not earlier, all warmed up. And for those of you keeping count, this is actually the third time in 6 years that I've had to deal with some kind of punitive action from YouTube, not counting the time when they didn't give me my 100,000 subscriber plaque, which was kind of a pain. But this is kind of a constant ongoing thing. And as usual, I am kind of caught up in a larger crackdown, which you guys might have heard about in the news. So, not bad. This is Blueberry by Dutch Passion we're smoking right now. So, yeah, you guys have probably heard that YouTube has been demonetizing and censoring all sorts of channels, mostly guys who would identify themselves as right-wing political channels. But this is really only the latest such crackdown, and I really wanted to talk about all these crackdowns as a YouTuber and what I think the solution is to them, because I think that what happens is we get caught up every time that one of these censorship crackdowns happens. We start playing the blame game. If you go to a relatively independent right-wing commentator this week who's covering the crackdown, then you're probably going to hear lines both from the creator and in the video comment section along the lines of, oh, this is, you know, the far left censoring people that they disagree with or find offensive, you know, because YouTube is a California-based company, primarily of young employees, so it's far left. Or if you go to an independent left-wing channel, you're probably going to hear a theory about how the corporate media are, the mainstream media are scared of YouTube taking over, so they keep pointing out offensive or scary or boogeyman content and basically ratcheting up the fear with the advertisers until the advertisers start threatening boycotts, and then YouTube, to avoid the advertiser boycotts, once again censor content. Now, while there's actually a little bit of truth to both of these points of view, depending on how you want to look at it, the reality is that when you start blaming this sort of non-specific other side, you sort of get into a debate where nothing ever changes and you don't find a solution. Meanwhile, you click on to the next video and YouTube continues to crack down on more and more categories of content. All right, so let's talk problem. As far as I can tell, the real problem is that YouTube is no longer a platform, and it really hasn't been one since about 2013. This fact is not getting any better, and it's not going to get any better no matter how much we whine about it. There are real variables that are in play because of YouTube's business model as it relates to running the website and paying for it with advertisers that simply cannot be changed. Every time an advertiser gets mad about something offensive in front of which its advertisement may appear, YouTube freaks out and clamps down on that category of content. That's just going to keep happening more and more and more until finally YouTube is diluted into a family-friendly, kid-friendly content kind of place. And that's fine, except with its dominance over the internet, over the video uploading and viewing space, that's a real problem because the internet needs real platforms, sort of town square kind of places where anybody can upload virtually anything and say virtually anything, as long as you're not outright calling for violence that's credible against specific individuals. A platform where anything short of that threshold is allowable. So that's the problem. YouTube is not a platform anymore, and that's not going to change. So what is the solution? Well, my solution is twofold. It's up to creators and it's up to viewers. For creators, we have to start spending less of our time uploading content to YouTube, and we have to start spending more of our time and energy uploading content to other places, to other platforms. As for viewers, you guys have to spread out there, look around, and find actual platforms where you can find actual, uncensored, uncut, and unfettered opinions about all the topics that interest you. Which kind of leads me to my announcement. So, as I mentioned, I have a strike outstanding right now, and while my ability to upload has returned, I'm going to be with a strike on me until about mid-September. I'm sort of on probation with YouTube. So I've decided that while I'm on probation, the majority of my content is simply not going to be released on YouTube. Not during the next 3 months and not ever. If you see me upload anything to this channel until mid-September, I'm doing it for one reason, and that's because I promised somebody, probably a product manufacturer, that I would show their product off on my biggest account, which is my YouTube account. The rest of my weekly content will be uploaded only to my other platforms. Fortunately, I have 3 of them. They're all a little bit different and interesting. I'll link to them down in the video description for you guys to take a look. The first platform is BitChute.com, and it's kind of where all the right-wing censored people have gone once they got kicked off of other platforms for being too offensive or for hate speech. By the way, do you trust YouTube to regulate what hate speech means? I sure don't. So I found all that interesting, and I upload all of my main channel episodes to that one. Next is the weedtube.com. This platform was started by a bunch of cannabis YouTubers that got tired of the crackdowns last year when YouTube went through its temporary cannabis purge phase, which thankfully they at least backed off of that one a little bit. Both my main channel and my off-topic YouTube channel, Lex's Lounge, get uploaded to the WeedTube. On my off-topic channel, you can find out interesting things like why my head is shaved right now, even though it normally isn't. The third option for you guys is Vimeo.com. The last 2 websites I listed are a lot newer, they're less established, like BitChute doesn't have a mobile app, and the WeedTube.com is still kind of in development. There's always a lot of updates and glitches on the website. Vimeo, on the other hand, is a lot more established. It's got an app, it's lightning fast, it's a high-quality website. The reason why it's a lot freer than YouTube is because on Vimeo, the creator, me, pays the bills for having the videos on the platform. So that kind of changes the equation in the business model quite a bit. So again, my main channel and my off-topic channel both get uploaded to Vimeo, and I even divide them up into collections in case you don't want to follow both of them, you just want to follow them one at a time. You can actually do that. So there you go, guys. Those are my options for you in terms of platforms. As far as I can tell, the whole YouTube becoming more and more diluted is a problem that's just not going to go away until our eyeballs go away elsewhere. So I think it's time to begin doing that. Maybe I'll be back at the end of my 3 months on YouTube probation. Maybe I won't. I really don't know whether I'll keep uploading all of my content onto youtube.com. But I do know that I'm going to keep making videos. I really enjoy making them. But I think for quite a few years now, I've slowly but surely been saying goodbye to making videos for YouTube. Oh, it's on again. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. That's my 2 cents. Subscribe, hit that like button if this was useful to you, and we'll see you all next time.